Are you ready for the King of the Ice? Pete's Power Plays with Philly Pete starts now on 12 Ounce Sports.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Thursday, January 27th, 2021 episode of Pete's Power Plays. I'm your host, the King of the Ice and Fantasy Football Guru, Philly Pete, and we're live on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the last show for the week. What can I say? This show, Pete's Power Plays, is sponsored by BetUS. Create an account with them today. Use the promo code 12Ounce120Z, and they will match your first deposit up to 125%. Zingo TV, channel 761 is a free app. Download it, and then once you do so, flip over to channel 761, where we'll be hearing today's episode live of Pete's Power Plays. Amazon.com, 12 Ounce Sports has a website with them. Go to www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon and buy something today. And last but not least, don't forget to check out the 12 Ounce Sports store, where they have a large variety of show apparel, including yours truly, Pete's Power Plays, rocking the hoodie like usual. So it's a hot commodity. I have different colors, different sizes, t-shirts, sweatshirts, sweaters, tanks, whatever you name it. It's there on the 12 Ounce Sports store. Get yours today. All right, so on today's show, first off, I want to talk about the AFC-NFC final Dfs Player Locks. I have 4 players that are going to be in my lineups for Sunday's AFC-NFC championship games, of course, between Cincinnati and Kansas City and the San Francisco 49ers and the LA Rams. I'm also rocking out that Rams 14-1 future to win the Super Bowl as well, so I'm hoping that cashes out for me as well. So that'll be on today's show. Last night's recap, Twitter list was absolutely brutal. However, some of the show plays did cash out, including the Ducks plus 1.5 in the puck line. That cashed out for you guys. That was just one of the highlights from last night. Honestly, it was just kind of a brutal showing. Bruins as well, plus 1.5 in the puck line, that cashed out. There was another one that was on the show that did not make my card. However, the good side of everything that happened last night was the free client play. Like I said, if it wasn't on my Twitter list, it was a client play. So it was a client play, and that was the Flames. Those are Flames and the Columbus Blue Jackets over 5.5. That cashed out for everybody. So if you tuned in yesterday, like I said, it's not going to be on the Twitter list. It's an automatic client play. You're going to get a free client play. There you go. We cashed it out. 6-0 Flames. We barely got it. So, but hey, win's a win. We'll take it to the bank, and we'll go with it. We'll go with it. So we'll do another one tonight. I will give out another free client play tonight. Let's rock and roll. A bunch of you guys did sign up this morning again for the rest of the season and playoff package for $100 to become a client. I mean, we're on fire. Clients back-to-back sweeps now, including a 3-unit play last night. So clients rocking 4 units last night. 2 nights ago they rocked out 3 units, 7 units in the last 2 days now for the clients. Back-to-back sweeps. They're killing it. So, I mean, this is a time to sign up, and people are taking advantage of that. All right, so like I said, Twitter list last night was beyond pathetic. It was terrible. 0-5 for the Twitter list, 2-0 for the clients. We go 2-5 with a minus 1.8 overall units lost. Caps minus 1, that loss. I'm not sure what is going on with this Caps team as of late. They're playing terrible. Sharks are doing what they're supposed to do as a road team. They absolutely are. Bruins Moneyline. We should have cashed that out at plus 155. It was looking good. If you did take the plus 1.5 on the show, that cashed out, of course. But I went with the money line. I went with the value. And unfortunately, it just didn't cash out for us. But that's just how it goes. As first period over 1.5 and the Flames first period over 1.5 both did not cash out. Like I said on the show yesterday, don't be surprised if the Bruins as first period goes under 1.5 in the first period. I took the over. I just I took a chance with it. Like I said on the show, it'll probably end up being 1-0 at the first, and that's what it was, of course. But I still liked it. I still like the over first period regardless. But those two lost, unfortunately. And then my same game parlay at plus 185. That was a terrible play on my part. Wings Moneyline and the under 6.5. I mean, this was Blackhawks and over. Regardless, you had 13 goals. I mean, what a bloodbath. I was way off with that game, but that's just how it happens. I mean, that was a great game for those that are fans of high-scoring hockey. I mean, like me, it was incredible. I did not expect to see 13 goals be lit up between these two teams, but that's just how it goes. And Blackhawks with the victory last night. Clients. Flames, like I said, the free client play. Flames Jackets over 5.5. That cashed out. And the 3-unit max play of the night. Again, the Avs Bruins over 6. That cashed out. I mean, like I said, clients are rocking and rolling the last 2 days now. On fire. So let's continue to fire, shall we? And Twitter, I will make sure tonight that we get some winners. So that was just a terrible Twitter list last night for you guys. So that's not going to happen tonight, I guarantee you. So overall, my NHL season is 403 wins, 367 losses, and 16 pushes. That gives me a grand total of plus 35.5 overall units. So still a little bit over that 35 unit mark for the season. I mean, again, if you guys have been following me since November, been listening to the show, you know how awesome of a turnaround that we've had. So that's just how it is. It's good to see, good to hear. And again, I'm glad you guys are tuning into this episode today. But with that being said, it's 12:07. Let's talk about because I know the last segment of my show is going to be all hockey, 10 games tonight, huge card. So that's what I want to do here. So I'll make this short and sweet for you guys. My 4 NFL DFS players for this Sunday's conference championship games are as follows. Cam Akers for the LA Rams. Okay, I know the San Francisco 49ers rush defense is very good. Okay, they are good. But the Rams have been exposed to the Niners, and they haven't won against the Niners in quite some time. Okay, this is the time that it is going. Rams are due for a win against San Fran. And out of all the games during the season and in the previous years, this is the one to win. You're at home. Okay, it's set up perfectly for the Rams. They're playing at home. They can play back-to-back at home. They don't even have to travel anywhere. Super Bowl is in LA. They could have a home game in LA. It just sets up perfectly for this team. I mean, they went all in on Stafford. They went all in on Von Miller. I mean, they have all these key components. They're healthy. I mean, of course, with the exception of Robert Woods, unfortunately. But I mean, Cam Akers comes back. Of course, he was a little bit rusty, but this is a team that I think Akers could very well show up against this team. Rams have a chip on their shoulder. This is the player to put in your house. Give me Cam Akers here at running back. And then of course the other 3 are coming from the Bengals and Chiefs. So I'll be completely honest here. I have Jamar Chase right off the bat. I mean, I think he's going to get this should be another high scoring game. 2 great offenses. Defenses have been pretty solid, but I mean, if you have a great offense, these defenses are going to be giving up points and points galore. So Jamar Chase, I expect to have him go off. No problem whatsoever. And then, of course, Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. I mean, what do I have to say more about this Kansas City Chiefs offense? Those are my 4 players to put in your DFS lineups. Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, Cam Akers, and Travis Kelce. I've pretty much been thinking about this since last week. I know my lineups yesterday were a little bit, again, this is why it's subject to change. But there you go. Those are 4 players to put into your lineups on Sunday. And with that being said, give me a quick 2-minute commercial break. When I get back, tonight's 10-game NHL card. You don't want to miss this one. So sit back, relax, give me 2, and I'll be right back.
Ounce Sports has a new home for betting. BetUS.com is the official place to place your bets and support 12-ounce sports. All you have to do is go to BetUS.com and type in the promo code 120ZE and you'll instantly get a deposit bonus. This is America's favorite sportsbook. And remember, always gamble responsibly.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking that quick 2-minute commercial break with me. This is the Thursday last show for the week of Pete's Power Places, January 27th, 2022. I'm your host, Philly Pete. We're live on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. This show, as always, is sponsored by BetUS. Create an account with them to use the promo code 12 Ounce, and they'll match your first deposit up to 125%. Zingo TV, channel 761. Amazon.com, of course, www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon, and again, the 12 Ounce Sports Store. Clients that just signed up during the break, actually, I had about 5 of you. Just be ready for, I'll talk to you guys right after the show. I'll get you all settled with. Let's start cashing out large. Clients that are on a 7-unit streak right now, back-to-back sweeps. Ready to rock and roll. $100 for the entire rest of the season. Includes playoffs and my NFL DFS lineups for the championship games and Super Bowl. So there you have it. Combo of 3 and 1 for the rest of the NHL season and playoffs. So can't beat it. We're on fire right now. Now is the time to sign up. Okay. We are heading into tonight's 10-game NHL slate. And listen, let's start it off with a bang right now, shall we? The Anaheim Ducks at the Montreal Canadiens. All right, over-under here is at 5.5. Anaheim minus 135 on the money line. Very low number. This is a shady line right now. Montreal plus 115 at home. 65% of the money on Anaheim, 35% of the money on Montreal. Montreal's 5-10-1 at home, 6-10 at home, covering the puck line, and 6-3-1 in the last 10 with the overs. Anaheim comes in 8-9-1 on the road. Of course, they played Toronto, a hard-fought Toronto team last night. Now they travel to Montreal. 14-7 on the road in their last 21 covering the puck line. They covered it last night. That was also a show play for me that cashed out. And 5-5 in the last 10 with the overs. This is it. Once again, this is trending over. Once again, Montreal is 6-3-1, like I said, in their last 10. I'm going to go with the over 5.5 in this spot here. I think we see some goals. This line is tricky, though. This is a really tricky line. I mean, Anaheim, knowing how decent of a road team they are, they're only minus 135 on the money line. If this was more heavily favored, I would think that Anaheim would at least be maybe minus 175 against this depleted Montreal Canadiens team. Could Habs actually win this game here tonight? It's very possible. The line is absolutely sketchy. But I want to keep rocking with that Anaheim. I just have to figure that Anaheim Ducks win this game. I mean, it's a good line. It's minus 135. Again, this is really tricky. I probably will have no plays on this game whatsoever tonight. But again, I do every lean and every angle possible for this show. This is why I do it for you guys, to give you guys the best angle and choice of every spot and every game for tonight. So with that being said, I'll get this game out of the way. I want to go the Anaheim Mighty Ducks minus 135 on the money line and the over 5.5 because, like I said, the trend is on the over. But again, don't be surprised if Montreal somehow wins this game because this line is absolutely sketchy. Sketchy. All right, there you go. All right, moving on. Carolina Hurricanes at the Ottawa Senators. Over/under here's at 6 at minus 120. It's going to go over to 6.5 at some point. It looks like most books are heading towards that 6.5 spot as well. I'm still showing 6 and some. Carolina minus 245 on the money line. Obviously, big time favorites tonight here. Ottawa at home plus 205. They'd opened up at plus 185. Now at plus 205. Money obviously heading towards the Canes' way. I'm not surprised. 75% of the money is on the Hurricanes as well. Ottawa at home, 6-10 at home, 7-9 covering the puck line in the last 16, and 3-7 in the last 10 with the overs. Carolina comes in 14-5-1 on the road. Absolutely amazing road team. 11-9 covering the puck line in the last 20, and 7-3 in their last 10 with the overs. To me, I feel like this is a trend of an over as well. I think the over 6 in this spot. Give me the first period over 1.5 as well. I do think Carolina should get 2 on their own, I believe, in this first period here. Don't be surprised if Ottawa gets a goal. Maybe we can see a 1-1 sort of game after one. But I like a first period over. I like the full game over 6 here as well. And I want to go with the Hurricanes here, minus 1.5 on the puck line. I just think that this team is incredible. I mean, they're a great team. Like I said, they have a great road record too. So I mean, this team should absolutely dominate the Sens tonight. So, but that's how I'm feeling. I'm more heavily leaning on the over 6 than I am in this game than any other side an angle that I'm playing right now. So over 6, also first period over 1.5, and the Canes puck line minus 1.5 as they go to Ottawa. Okay, the New Jersey Devils at the Tampa Bay Lightning. Over-under here is also heading towards 6.5. I have 6.5. Basically in 80% of my books right now. So, I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised here. Tampa minus 315 on the money line. Jersey comes in at plus 265 on the money line. Big-time favors as well for Tampa. Again, 85% of the money, too. I mean, I'm not surprised here either. 14-4-1 for the Bolts at home. 9-12 in the last 21 covering the puck line, and 7-3 in the last 10 with the overs. Jersey comes in 5-11-1 on the road, 8-10 in the last 18 on the road covering the puck line, and 5-4-1 in the last 10 with the overs. Once again, this is trending over. I like the over here as well. I'm leading first period over in this game as well, and the full game over 6.5. I mean, that's how I'm feeling between these two teams. I think Devils are very capable, of scoring a few goals here tonight. Absolutely. And Tampa could score at will too. So that's how I'm feeling between these two teams. Over 6.5, over first period as well. And you know what? Like again, Tampa's just playing extremely well. And I want to go that way. I mean, if you want like a solid money line parlay as well, you could probably add in Tampa. You could probably put in Carolina, Pittsburgh. Maybe you have a solid 3-teamer right there that'll get you some decent positive value if you play that way. But I'm gonna rock Tampa Bay here on the puck line as well. I mean, I just feel like this team is just in the zone right now. They're playing great hockey. It's tough to beat this Bolts team, especially at home. So give me the over 6.5. First period over, and the Bolts puck line minus 1.5. All right, Vegas and Florida. Over-under here is at 6.5 at minus 140 on DraftKings. I already locked that in for tonight, so that's going to be a Twitter play. If you can get the over 6.5 between these two, I'm on this one. I'm also on the first period as well. I mean, no surprise between these two teams. Like this team, this game for me is this could go either or. I mean, I do think that Florida to me obviously is a great home team. Okay, absolutely absolutely amazing home team. I'm not surprised. Okay, rocking out with Florida tonight. For some reason, the line is off. So on where I'm at, so I got to come back to this one. But early, let me go on DraftKings for you guys real fast, so I can give you guys a solid line between these two games or these two teams. Excuse me, Vegas Golden Knights and the Florida Panthers. Like I said here, hold on, sorry, give me a quick second here. Okay, so over-unders at 6.5, still on DraftKings, minus 140. I'm giving that to you guys as a Twitter play. Get it now before it moves to 7. Most books are going to go to 7, but DK, minus 140, over 6.5. I'm taking that, and it will be a Twitter play, so guarantee that. I like the first period over as well. Panthers are minus 165 on the money line at home. Knights are plus 145. Panthers puck line plus 140. Something to consider if you're thinking that. Vegas hasn't played that well as of late either. This might be a good play for the Panthers here on the puck line if you want some good value. I want to go here. I want to take the Panthers money line here at minus 165. It's a little juicy, but I like that as well. You can also same game parlay these two teams, or this game I should say, if you're considering, if you don't like the juice, if you don't like that 6.5 spot, Florida Panthers money line and the over. Okay, so here we go. Panthers and the over 5.5 pays at plus 125. So solid value, still plus side. So 5.5 and Panthers to win plus 125. Now, if you're feeling frisky and you want the over 6.5, that's plus 155. So an extra goal to get a little bit more value. Definitely to consider. But I'm thinking that if you're feeling the same game parlay between Florida and Vegas, I like the over 5.5 and Panthers to win at plus 125. It's good value there. So that's how I'm feeling. That's probably something I would consider as well if you don't like that 6.5 or money line spot. Okay, Seattle at Pittsburgh. Over under here is at 6. Pittsburgh minus 330 on the money line. Absolutely ridiculous. Seattle plus 265 on the money line. 85% of the money in the public going towards the Penguins here. I'm not surprised here. Penguins 13-5 at home, 9-11 at home in the last 20 covering the puck line, and 6-4 in the last 10 with the overs. Seattle comes in 4-11-1 on the road this year, 9-8 though, a winning record covering the puck line on the road, and 5-5 in the last 10 with the overs. Again, this is a trend for the over as well. Seattle can come by and score a couple goals. I think they're very capable of scoring at least 2 tonight. Pittsburgh, we know, is a firehouse for goals. I mean, they could put up 5 in a game if they want to. So that's what I'm thinking here. I like the over 6 right off the bat for Pittsburgh and Seattle. I like the first period over 1.5. Pittsburgh first period minus a half goal at plus 105. Shop around. Okay, you might even get plus 100. If you're going to get a plus odd for the first period for Pittsburgh to basically be winning this game in the first period at plus odds, good money. Take it. I'm seeing plus 105. I'm seeing plus 100. Even money. I like that as well. And of course, if you're considering a puck line or a money line parlay, I should say, Penguins should be included as well. This should be a pretty easy. I don't want to say easy anymore in the NHL because easy games are tough to come by nowadays. But Penguins should take advantage and should take care of business tonight against the Kraken. So there you go. Over 6, over first period. Pens first period minus a half goal at plus 105. And of course the Penguins all over the place. Puck line minus 1. Whatever you name it. I'm on the Pens everywhere tonight against Seattle. Okay. The LA Kings at the New York Rangers, hanging a 5 spot. Over/under is at 5. You know what that means? We haven't seen a lot of 5s at all this season. Usually, when we see 5s, Philly Pete's on that over 5. That's what always happens. A lot of money going towards LA as of late. They opened up at plus 125, plus 130. Now they're at plus 110. Shop around. DraftKings still shows plus 115. But New York Islanders, is at minus 130 in the money line. 65% of the money going towards the Isles. LA, for me, is playing good hockey as of late, only getting 35%. I feel like this is more of a pick'em game than I actually think that the Isles should be favored. Isles at home, 8-7-1, 7-11 covering the puck line in the last 18 at home, 3-7 in the last 10 with the overs. LA comes in 8-6-3 on the road, 12-6 on the road covering the puck line in the last 18, and 4-6 in the last 10 with the overs. Kings puck line at plus 1.5, probably gonna be really juicy tonight. Probably in the 200s, I guess, knowing how close this game is betting wise. But I like the Kings money line. I'm gonna go with it. Kings have been playing really good hockey. Give me them plus 115 on the money line, plus 110, whatever you have. That's how I'm feeling, and I'm going to go with the over 5. I mean, if they're going to hang a 5, I want to take the over. These two teams are very capable. I mean, I know the under is a trend for these two teams as of late, but, I mean, when you see a 5, I like to take the 5. So, there you go. But LA Kings money line, plus 110, plus 115, whatever you have it, and the over 5. That's how I'm leaning tonight in New York. All right, 4 games left for you guys. The Calgary Flames at the St. Louis Blues. Over/under here, that's 6. St. Louis minus 140 on the money line. Calgary plus 120. 70% of the money is on the St. Louis Blues. 30% of the money on Calgary. Of course, Calgary going on the back-to-back, heading to St. Louis. This is a good spot for the Blues here. As much as I do like the Flames, this is a good spot for the Blues. I expect a little bounce back from St. Louis as well. They opened up at minus 130. Now they're at minus 140. So a little bit of movement to St. Louis. Their home record is absolutely incredible. 16-4-2 at home for the Blues. Great puck line covering team as well. 14-8 at home in the last 22 games and 5-5 in the last 10 with the overs. Calgary comes in 14-8-2 on the road. A pretty solid road team to say the least for Calgary. 14-10 in the last 24 covering the puck line on the road, and 6-3-1 in the last 10 with the overs. This is a trend of an over as well. I like the over 6 between these two teams. Most likely will be a play tonight. Still not sure if it's a client play or a Twitter play. Obviously, you guys will know. Also leading this, if this is a client play, and you don't see this on the Twitter list, obviously if you don't see this on the Twitter list, it will be a client play. So I'm leaning this as the client play of the night, or the free client play for you guys. Let's rock out another one. And I just like I like the way that these two teams have been playing. I expect to see goals tonight as well between these two. But as far as I'm concerned, I really think this will be a client play, and mostly a free client play for you all that are tuning in and listening to the show. There you go, over 6, St. Louis, Calgary. I also like the first period over 1.5 as well. And St. Louis, of course, on the money line at -140. I feel like this is a good bounce back spot for the Blues. Okay, Rangers at Columbus. A lot of 7 o'clock games tonight, which is phenomenal for these East Coast people here, including me. Rangers at the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, Jackets got shut out last night, obviously, from Calgary, 6-0. Over-under here is at 6 once again. Rangers -200 on the money line. Jackets +175 on the money line. 75% of the money on the Rangers. Like I said, I'm not surprised, regardless at all. Columbus is 11-9 at home this year. 11-10 at home covering the puck line. 4-4-2 in the last 10. Rangers come in red hot. They're a great road team. 15-8-2 on the road, 14-11 on the road, covering the puck line, and 3-6-1 in the last 10. As much as I do want to take this over tonight, this is trending of an under. Under 6 would be the play for me between these two. I also like the Rangers here in the puck line situation. I mean, they're a great road team. I like the Rangers here in regulation. Also -1 and -1.5. So I'm all over the Rangers, and I like the under 6 between these two. Okay. Let's go to Winnipeg. Vancouver Canucks at the Winnipeg Jets. Over-unders at 5.5. This is an interesting game. Winnipeg -175 on the money line. I'm not surprised at all. Vancouver +150. Over-unders at 5.5. Not a lot of line movement. 75% of the money is on the Jets here. Jets 10-7 at home this year. 9-9 covering the puck line in the last 18 at home, and 5-4-1 in the last 10. Vancouver comes in 10-11 on the road this year. 13-10 on the road, covering the puck line, and 4-6 in the last 10 between the over-unders. I mean, this team has been playing very, very defensively as of late. I like the under 5.5 in this spot. I really do. And just the Jets at home, they're a good team. They really, really are. I mean, -175 is a lot of money. It's a lot of juice to put down for this Jets team. But you know, this is going to be a barn burner. This is going to be an absolute barn burner of a game. But, give me the Jets here. I like the Jets here on this spot in regulation. But I also like the under. I think I'm more leaning the under than I am with the actual side in this game. So give me the Jets, though, when everything's said and done, and the under 5.5. And then last but not least, the Nashville Predators at the Edmonton Oilers. Over-unders at 6. Toss-up game for me. This is an absolute toss-up game. Edmonton's at -115. Nashville +105, and this is a 55-45 split. Edmonton getting 55% of the public money. 11-8 at home this year, 7-12 covering the puck line in the last 19 at home, and 4-5-1 in the last 10 with the overs. Nashville, superb road team, and they're a dog tonight. 14-7-2 on the road this year, 16-8 on the road in the last 24 covering the puck line, and 7-3 in the last 10 with the overs. This is a no-brainer for me. I'm going to go with the Nashville Predators +105 on the money line. I know their puck line +1.5 will be pretty juicy tonight. I lean that as well, but I like the Preds to win this game. I can't trust the Oilers at all. Home, especially at home or away. I just can't trust the Oilers at the moment. But give me the Preds money line +105. I have the first period over between these two as well. I expect us to get there. Hopefully early we get the first period over. But I'm a big fan of the over first period, 1.5, and the full game over 6 as well. So there you go. Preds, Edmonton, over 6, over first period. Preds on the money line at +105. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Simple as that. And there you go. I'm out of time. And listen, I hope you had a great week with me. Let's cash out tonight. That Twitter card will be a lot better tonight than last night. I promise you that. Clients that just signed up or DM me, I will be talking to you very, very shortly. Client play of the night, like I said, will be the Blues Flames over 6. Okay. Another great bet that I like tonight is the Oilers Preds over 6 and first period over. I like those two as well. My favorite side of the night is going to be probably Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh here, that first period minus a half goal at +105. They've been covering it a lot this season, and against the Kraken, they should take care of business. Simple as that. And, Simple as that. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you missed the show, like I said, I will be retweeting this so you guys can check it out. Have a great weekend. Be safe, and I'll talk to you guys on Tuesday. I'll see you. Bye.